Hi all, this is Dr. Sage Breslin and this is Wisdom Wednesdays, the evening edition. So I am in New Jersey with my daughter and my grandson. And it's not just the 3-hour time difference, it's a different way of life. I have so many friends and colleagues actually that have discovered this sort of passion for travel, and they just work from wherever they are in the world. And I have been test driving how that feels, and what I noticed is that for me, when I'm out here, I want so much to be very much involved with my family. I notice wanting to kind of turn off work, right? And for the most part, I do. I generally work 1 day per week when I'm out here. And even with that, sometimes I just notice like the hunger for engaging with the family, being with the baby, kind of being, just me rather than Dr. Sage Breslin. It's not just, wearing a t-shirt and leggings or not much makeup, or it's not any of that. It is truly, I think, the desire to be fully present with whatever I'm doing. I know that I have tuned in from all over the world and been able to do the job and be fully in it and really to dive in. It doesn't matter. I know it's truly the mindset, right? When I am willing to take on my work mindset, I do it wholeheartedly. And I think it's sort of the grandparenting woe, like when you don't live with your grandchildren, when they're not close by. I think the hunger to be with them is so deep that it's hard to give up that to engage in the work mindset. So above and beyond that, I have noticed that there is a level of surrender that's required actually to be with one's own adult children, to adhere to their model, to set one's own beliefs aside to a certain degree. Certainly I wouldn't just give up my own beliefs and values. I share a lot with my daughter, so that is, I have a lot of shared beliefs and values, so that makes it easier for sure. But I do notice that part of effective and compassionate and peaceful grandparenting requires like a lot of respect for the way they do things. I can say that sort of with a grimace / smile. We have to, as grandparents, allow our own children to be the parents. It doesn't have to look like what we used to do, right? I oftentimes say things like, well, in the olden days, we didn't have this. In the olden days, we didn't have that. Now, I'm not that old, but there are a lot of things that are just very different now. I think just the age of technology has really changed things. From being a parent with my daughter, actually, where our monitor was this, it reminds me of walkie-talkie, right? It was, you could hear the sound. There was no visual, like nobody could afford that. And it just allowed us to sort of keep an ear out. If we heard crying, we listened for a minute, and, if it continued, then we went in to check it out. And now, you have to have a monitor, and it has visual, and you could sit there and watch them, which kind of just, I think, like, why not just go sleep in the room, Okay, not really. But today was a day where I helped I was both working, and then for part of the day, in and out, I was helping my daughter watch not only my grandson, but also my grandnephew, I think is right. I don't know. His cousin, who is 4 or 5 months younger, but just as big, maybe bigger actually. And I just noticed that I had to keep on opening myself to learning, what does this one do? How does this one do it? How do they solve their problems? How does my daughter want to manage conflicts between them? And all day uploading, and then with patience, listening intently and coming up with plans and solutions and being as present as I could be, and getting to the end of the day and being wiped out. I think because that shuttling between both kinds of presence is just, difficult. Like, it's challenging. It requires a lot of energy. And, I think when I'm here, I totally turn off the fact that, I have this cancer, and, I just expect all of this Superwoman energy. And in many ways, I forget until the end of the day. And I think to myself, what the heck? Why am I so exhausted? I only saw 3 patients or 4 patients. They're just 2 little, tiny bo peeps. I wasn't rounding around the block after them. But then I have to just acknowledge and be totally present to my body and totally present to what the day was, not how I thought about it, not what I might have wanted it to be, but what it was. And I don't know, I guess actually that is challenging as well, as I consider moving to the East Coast eventually. I think to myself, what can I be here? Is it enough? Will it be enough? Not just can I work here because I know I've been working here off and on for 5 years, but can I work, and can I be Mimi, and does that mean something? Is there something I can do? And I think I'm beginning to learn it may not be about what I can do. It may be just what I am. So I am working towards letting go and surrendering, and just surrendering to the truths that I'm coming to know. This is Wisdom Wednesdays, and I would suggest that you consider, are you in a position to focus on what you are, what you can do, or maybe just who you are? So, on this Wisdom Wednesdays, who are you? Where do you place your value? What do you need to surrender to? This is Dr. Sage Breslin, and this is Wisdom Wednesdays.